Welcome back guys to another video where today we're going to be racing around a very different track. Now you're probably wondering, what, you're just racing on the Red Bull ring. But actually, if you never knew, there's a Red Bull short layout that we're actually going to take a right here, which is kind of weird. It's, to be honest, it's even weird looking at this, like looking back at this race, but very loose there. It's a very weird layout, and a lot of people in the voice chat and stuff said that, yeah, they never knew about this layout. And when we did a poll to see who would want to do the Red Bull ring and the Red Bull short layout, 11 to 2 people said that they wanted to see the short layout. So that's quite a big majority, but I think a lot of people just want to test this racetrack out, and I think it was good in the end. It's a very nice short layout. I think the skill gap definitely gets like decreased, because I mean, there's a lot of people like Niati, for example. Usually we're a little faster than him, but this race we actually got out qualified by him, and we actually, at some points, he was faster than us, which was a little bit of a surprise and a little bit of worry to me. But in the end, I think just maybe he practiced a lot, but strategy also comes into play here. And yeah, a lot of fun in this race, so hopefully you guys enjoy it, and let's jump straight into it. So here we are starting P4 behind Niati, Willie, and Rob, who Niati actually qualified faster than us, which is a little bit of a surprise, but good for him. Now he actually makes a little bit of contact with Willie, that backs him up a little bit, and we actually go into P2 for the start here. Now I think that might have been a Spurs fan who bumped into Rob there that caused Rob to go into Niati, but apart from that, pretty clean on lap 1, and we go into P2 here into the first couple of corners, which just a little bit of a layout here, a little bit of a layout change here, just kind of weird. It's like S kind of shaped, but you know, we'll get used to that as the race goes on. Now here we're gonna see, I think Willie is gonna get a penalty out in front here, and he will have to slow down a little bit there. Yep, there he goes. We're gonna make him quite easily pass him, but then Rob is going to be held up a little bit there. He's going to try to go around the outside, just very hard to go around the outside and very easy to run wide, but we go into P1. Now a couple laps later on lap 6 here, we're going to make a very just bad mistake here and trying to get used to these braking zones. And you see here, usually I brake right before the braking marker. We don't do that. We actually go in the grass there, and we hit this outside. Physics, the GT7 physics kind of suck here. We're actually going to rejoin right between Big D and Niati and almost get super loose there trying to rejoin. But I think we just brake a little late. We're actually going to brake kind of right under the Alpha. Usually you want to be braking a little bit before that, but we're going to be on the brake there, and we're just going to ride the grass. I try to save it. Nothing we could really do there except just brake a little earlier, but that's going to cause us to go all the way down into P4. Now right after we kind of gather up and try to get up to speed here, Big D actually has a 1 second time penalty. Now we're just about going to make him. I think he was ghosted at the time. That did look a little sketchy there, as now we're getting chased by Niati, which, like I said before, this track I think is pretty short, so kind of, I don't know, the skill rating is it's a little bit more tighter, and you can definitely see that with Niati right behind us. So good to see him fighting with us. Now as we exit that corner that we made our mistake not too long ago here, you can see Willie gets a little bit of a bad run there. We're gonna go to the inside here, and he's actually gonna have to serve a penalty. This race was full of penalties. I actually got quite a few penalties myself, especially in these final corners, and I think turn 1 was also, like the exit of turn 1 was also pretty bad in terms of penalties. But yeah, just trying to keep it clean, as penalties were a huge factor in this race. Now here we are on lap 13. Now nothing's really happening in this race except me just pacing myself. You can see here, we're gonna have a very scary moment. We save it, and if we watch it from Willie's perspective here, you're gonna see, like, I just got on the curb way too much, and that's the thing about turn 1, is the curb is super, it's huge. It's a huge sausage curb. You can see here, we're very loose. It doesn't look as bad, but for me, it was brake, turning, and just a lot of just instinct and reflexes involved in that. I just wanted to show that, because that could have ended our possible, like, podium chances there, because, you know, that will definitely play an effect into this race. Now, around 8 laps later, now this race went extremely quick in terms of just laps, as we're going to hit, I think, around 70 laps here. Now, Willie's right behind us. He's actually going to get quite a big run on us here, and he's going to go for the move into this little, I think, the final just 2 corners, and we're going to go off the track. That's actually going to result in us getting a penalty here, but it's not going to stop us from trying to make moves here as we go onto the front straight. Niati's still behind us, and Big D, like, just watching us there, as now we're going to try to make up his position as we're kind of fast. I mean, Willie's starting to kind of just get onto us here, and he's going to protect the bottom. We're going to try to go around the outside here, but just not enough momentum there. I think Niati actually made a mistake, and he's going to go, I think he just spun out. Yeah, there he is. Luckily not losing any positions, but then we'll have to start our half a second time penalty, but still we're kind of still in contention. But to show you, there's not really a difference, but definitely, I think Willie's definitely a lot faster. As he goes a little wide, I think that might result in a time penalty. Now, as we're serving this is a lap later, we're actually going to come into the pits here. Now, I thought this was the F1 games where I think the white line goes all the way to the final corner, and I tried to enter the pit lane. If I went to go into the pit lane then, I think I would definitely cross the white line and got just a 3-second time penalty. So, you know, just a little, but we are going to pit this next time by, which I'll meet you guys there for now. As here we come into the pits, a lot better, and a lot better entrance into the pits here. We're not going to cross the white line, very close. It's very slidey in the pit entrance here, but we're going to go from the soft tire to the medium to the soft. That's kind of what our strategy was in this race. Now, a lot of people, it was kind of rumored, or like what I could kind of figure out during the race, that maybe it was a one-stop, because fuel was looking definitely really good. I mean, there wasn't really a lot of fuel being used in this race, but we are going to take a full tank of gas to try to go as long as possible on the medium tires here. Yeah, a very slow stop, but I think we're just going to get past here. No, there's Spurs fan. He's going to come into pits. So a lot of lap traffic, as well as I think we're actually going to rejoin right in front of, I think that's I Pooped My Jaws. Yeah, that's, so a lot of lap traffic there, as everyone luckily behind us pitted, so we didn't lose any, we did lose positions. We lost a position to Niati and Big D, but now we're going to be on the medium tire. As you can see there, you can look on the top left corner there, you can see Niati comes in the pits. He also started on the soft tire. I don't know who did it start on the soft tire. It looked like everyone started on it. But you can see there's Big D. Actually, no, that's even more lap traffic out in front there. So just a lot of blue flag situations, just like last video. Not as bad though, because we weren't the guys getting lapped, so we didn't have to worry about slowing down. I think that's Spurs fan right in front of us. So he's pretty good about blue flags and stuff, and, you know, I respect him a lot. Now, Willie, who we're battling with quite a few times in State 1, he's going to finally come into the pits there, and he's going to rejoin, I think, just behind us there. There's us. You can just about see our rear spoiler there, and he's going to rejoin right in front of, I think that's, is that Rob? Wait. Oh my gosh, that is Rob. So Rob, in this like second stand, was kind of weird because Rob was actually lapping drivers here, but he was definitely struggling on those soft tires. A lot of people just went long in that stand. We went like really short. We actually pit on lap 20. Really pit on lap 33, just to show you like basically the pit entrance. But I think Rob might come into the pits. No, he's just struggling so much. He's kind of just understeering a lot, but, you know, maybe the strategy did play off. Now, top left corner, you can see Big D also comes in the pits. I think everyone started on the soft tire because I've only seen the soft tires been used. Because usually that's like the soft tire. If you ever want to use the soft tire, make sure to use it in the start of the race so you have that advantage. But we are going to actually have yellow flags here. I think this is going to be kind of confusing because I think this is going to be I Poop Draws here. And you see here, he's going to rejoin, and at the time he was ghosted. It doesn't, if you watch the live stream, he was ghosted at the time. But clearly on the replay it shows that he was solid. But he actually was ghosted, and then he unghosted like right in front of me. So it was kind of just, it was kind of scary. I should have slowed down a little bit just to try to, even to avoid his ghost. But I mean, luckily we didn't cause him to spin. As now Rob's coming to pits. He was actually behind us here, and Willie's right behind us too, so he's going to be a threat later on in the game. Now here we are, quite a few laps later. I think this is around 9-10 laps later on here, and we're actually going to have a horrible final corner there. A little bit under pressure from Willie. He's actually going to try to make the move here into turn 1 here. He's going to take the inside line. I always like taking the outside line. We actually have yellow flags just for a little bit there. That almost gave Willie a penalty for passing under yellow. But we're going to try to crossover move. We're going to stick to the inside here. We're both, I think, he's actually on the soft tire, so a little bit of a pace gap there. We're going to go for the inside, and we're going to retake the position. Willie's going to try to get a little bit of a better entrance. Says kind of iffy camera work. There's, I believe that might be Ruby. I'm not entirely sure. But he's actually going to try to take the inside lane. It always works out for the inside lane. The outside lane is just way too fragile. Actually, no, we're going to put on a little bit of a fight. But as you can see here, he's going to just a really good battle here. I was actually surprised that we kept it there. Nice, but we're just going to stick behind Willie here, but we're still lurking. We're still lurking. He actually goes really wide there, and we're going to take the outside line here. He always likes going for the inside line and just forcing people onto the outside, which, you know, I thought that was pretty cool. But we also copied some of his racing lines here, and we're gonna just cruise behind him here as we go a little bit wide there. But yeah, a little bit of a nice battle in stint 2 there, but of course he's on the soft tire. He's gonna be a little quicker than us. Now here we are on lap 52. Now of course Willie, he's created that pretty big gap. We actually get a lot better pit entry here as we're going to go pit onto the soft tire. Now a little bit of math had to be used in this. I forgot kind of the math equations. I think I use 5% of fuel every 2 minutes. So usually that's what I do. Like I have to do math literally in the race. Now we have around 16 minutes to go in this race. So I divide 16 by 2 and then times 8 times 5, and that would mean that I would need 40% fuel. Now if you understood that, if you didn't understand that, of course, I mean, it's a lot of math. I actually take 51% just to be safe. You always want to be safe in terms of fuel, because sometimes math, just, you kind of frick it up, because racing and doing algebra, or simple kind of algebra, can kind of screw you over sometimes. But now we are going to be rejoining behind Big D, and my main question was right now was, is anyone else gonna pit? Because I felt like a loner here, as a lot of people actually pit to go on to stint 2. A lot of people pit later, so I thought like they would have gone for a one-stop strategy, but that won't be the case. But we are going to be a lot faster than Big D here, so if he were to pit, we would easily get past him, because I think he's around, pretty sure, I think he's a car in front of the car in front of the Spurs fans. So just, you know, just consideration into that. Now a couple laps later, I think this is around 5 laps later, something like that, and we're actually going to be right on the back bumper of Big D. I think he's on the medium tire, so he's going to be a little slower here. This is going to be a really weird situation here, as I think he's going to go really wide here. He's just going to forget, it looks like he forgets how to brake, and then he's gonna once go a little wide, and he's actually gonna get poof. There he goes. Right when he was rejoining, he actually, and he actually gets laughed by Rob there, and I think they are brothers. So just that was really weird. We'll watch it again from his POV here. So he's gonna first go wide into here. Just maybe I put a little bit too much pressure on him, but he's also going to go wide here, and then once he tries to rejoin the track there, he just gets reset, which I find really stupid, because we kind of had a good battle going, and I think if Big D knew, if he knew that if he let me pass, I think maybe he considered me a threat to Rob, because, you know, I mean, they're using the same car and everything, so they're kind of working as teammates. I think they were teammates last season, so, you know, some of that teamwork still going on. And even in the solo championship. Now, with around 6 minutes ago, now I was pretty, like, determined that Willie was probably going to make it a one-stop, and we would actually finish in third, but he actually had a pit. He has 11% fuel. I don't know if he would have made it. As you see here, his left side tires, you just saw it. Oh, and we make a very good save there. As he's going to go on the medium tire. Yeah, we make it in P2, and I just have to keep it on track here as Willie's not too far behind, and he actually does get a 3-second time penalty, which is also kind of stupid. But yeah, we kind of had P2 secured here. So here we come around the final corner for, I think, our final lap here. We got 40 seconds remaining, so we'll have to do another lap here, and I think that was a pretty good race. I had a lot of fun, especially with Willie Niati. It was nice to see him battling with us a little bit in that race. But overall, pretty good strategy. It was actually, I think Rob might have made it a one-stop. I'm not entirely sure. I think I only saw him pit once in the race, so good job to him. Because I think if he did, he actually, I think, lapped everyone except me and Willie, so I don't think I would have been a contender for the win, but you know, good battling him, I think, in the first couple of laps there too. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that race. I'll see you guys later. I'll just go because it's a little short here. Maybe we might run out of fuel, game might crash, but we're gonna finish P2 in the end. Rob's gonna actually, he almost was close to lapping us. I think he did. Yeah, he just about lapped Willie in the end there. Big D, okay, so Willie's gonna finish in third, Big D's gonna finish in fourth, Niati's gonna finish in fifth, 6 goes to Spurs fan. I pooped my jaws, very funny username. It's gonna finish in 7th, Ruby's gonna finish in 8th, and that is gonna be your finishing results there. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that race, and I'll see you guys maybe next weekend. I'll have to see. Goodbye.